What's up, YouTube? Welcome to the channel. I'm Christopher Lee. This is Christopher Lee Shred. Today I'm talking about not my guitar. It is my uncle's guitar. This is an Epiphone. Sorry, it's awfully noisy all of a sudden, randomly. I don't know where that noise is coming from. Probably just my bad luck. That was weird. So yeah, we're talking about the Epiphone Silver Burst. This is a Les Paul custom. And unless you want to pay $5,000 for an actual Gibson Les Paul custom, this is your next best bet. It's made in China, so you know, if you have something against stuff that's made in China, you know, that's the only real downfall here. But it uses all the right woods here. We've got maple top, mahogany body. You know, you have the ebony board, which I don't know if the Les Paul customs in the 70s actually had ebony board, but this one does come with it. The board feels really good, actually. You know, this is not the Adam Jones one, so it doesn't have, you know, the spirals in the back, and it doesn't have the B pictures and all the strange artwork that are on his signature models. But you know, this one costs $799, whereas the signature Adam Jones models cost $1,300, and that's a lot. That's a pretty steep price for a made in China Epiphone, especially when you could probably go on Reverb and find for, you know, $500 more, like, you know, $1,800 to $2,000. You could probably find yourself a used Gibson. So, you know, that's kind of like the walking the borderline there of, you know, you can get a good used Gibson for just a little bit more money, or you pay, you know, $1,300-$1,400 for a made in China brand new. But it sounds great. So when it first came to me, though, there were some issues. It wasn't holding its tune, and it wasn't intonated properly. Thankfully, all those were easy enough fixes. I've got it playing really good. I've been playing it all day, off and on, and I haven't had any tuning issues, and I haven't had any intonation issues, and it's been sounding great. To show you that, let's go to a clean channel real quick, and you can hear the clean. So I was specifically being told that the F chords, F sharp, if you will, didn't sound right. But they sound great, as you can hear. It sounds totally good. And I think a lot of that had to do with, you know, the nut slot. So what I did was I kind of opened them up a little bit. I didn't file it down because I didn't need to, but I added some pencil graph into it. So, you know, if you know what that trick is, you just take a pencil, sharpen it to a very, very, you know, razor sharp point, and then you draw in the gap here a nice layer of lead. And that's essentially that. It's a lead graph that, you know, it's going to keep the string from, you know, stop it from getting kinked up if there is any kinks in there. And it seems to be working great. So, and then I lowered the action down. It is really low. It's where I like it to be for a Gibson. It's pretty much perfect for me. I don't know if you can see that in there. Strap comes undone. That's one thing you gotta watch out for these Gibson straps, strap buttons. They're tiny, and the guitars are heavy. This thing weighs about 10 pounds. So it's a heavy, heavy guitar. Solid, you know, no weight relief. And as you can tell, it wants to go. It's got vintage style pickups. It's not the Adam Jones where it's like a custom bucker and a Seymour Duncan. It doesn't have that combo, so it's a little bit lighter of a player. So let's hear what it sounds like. It's kind of like a clean demo. Let's hear what it sounds like with a crunch, and then we'll get that out of the way. And then, of course, let's hear what it sounds like heavy, and then that'll be it. There's really nothing else to this guitar. It's a very well-built guitar, incredibly affordable. I've seen them used on Reverb for $400. That's a killer price for this guitar. It's got the binding on the body. It's got the what looks to be like a triple ply or multiple ply binding. Whether or not that's accurate, I don't know. Could just be painted on. Could be Chinese sorcery. I don't really know. But let's hear a crunch tone out of this. This is going to be like your your Marshall style crunch. Holding its tune, it's doing a great job of doing that. I do like the neck position here. It's got a nice deep sounding rhythm section. Then of course, I don't really use the middle section too much, but good bridge. So I think crunch tones on here are really good, especially because you're getting these more vintage style pickups. This is kind of like a PAF style, whereas the Adam Jones pickups, those would be really suited to like drop D, heavy, high output gain. But this thing handles high output gain just fine. I mean, it's a Les Paul, it's a Les Paul custom no less. So let's go ahead and hear what that sounds like. This is going to be our EVH PV style ultra high gain. I think it sounds great, and it plays really well, especially after getting it dialed in. The ebony board feels great. I have a lot of rosewood boards. This is the first ebony board I've really jammed on. Couldn't tell the difference if you paid me. There's no real difference feel-wise between this rosewood. Can't tell the difference between the rosewood or the ebony board, except for this is a darker board. So if you prefer a dark color on your board, then go for the ebony, I guess. I don't mind the reddish hues that you get from rosewood. I think it sounds nice, and I think it plays nice, and I don't really see much of a difference, except for just visually this board looks black and dark. Those are the tones you're going to get out of it, and for such a cheap, affordable guitar, I mean, why not get one? And this is the first Epiphone that I've really dialed in and played. So kudos to Epiphone for making a guitar that, if you wanted this American-made, this exact guitar with basically the same woods, ebony, mahogany, board. I mean, it all comes with the same exact materials, but if you wanted just to say Gibson on there, you're looking at over $5,000. I googled it and looked on Reverb. They're $5,800 for a custom shop, Les Paul custom than a Silverburst. So 5,000 versus 800, or if you can find them used, 500, 400. So, just the price difference is insane. You could buy, for one American-made Gibson, you could buy 20 of these. It's outrageous. I think it sounds great. I think it plays great. And once you dial in the action, this thing's a monster. It's killer. So I appreciate my uncle for letting me borrow it and set it up for him and work on it. Gave me a chance to make this video and to jam out on it. And I think if you guys see one local, if it's in your shop, or if you ever see one on Reverb for cheap, like I just did recently for that $400 special, just scoop it. And some because this is going down in price, I've seen some of the actual Adam Jones $1,200 ones. Those go for like $1,000 used, in good condition. So if you really want to have the crazy artwork on the back, and if you really want to have the special pickups that the Tool guitar player Adam Jones uses, then you can find it for affordable prices. But thanks for watching. Please hit like and subscribe, and keep jamming.